What a day it's been. Dalal Street has clearly begun the week on a positive note. So both the Sensex and the Nifty closed over 1% from the day's lows to close in the green by the end of the day. So Sensex ended the day about 160 points in the green, while the Nifty closed at 7860 to be precise. The Bank Nifty and the mid-caps underperformed when compared to the benchmark indices, as both closed pretty much flattish in trade. HDFC Bank interestingly contributed 100 points in the recovery of the Bank Nifty today, and along with HDFC was one of the biggest gainers of the day. Sonia Shenoy is standing by to analyze the markets further for us. Sonia, clearly smart recovery witnessed in the end of the trading session today.
Oh yes, and today just proved that the bulls are in total control of this market. It continues to be a buy on dips market, and that's what we saw in trade today. In fact, the Nifty recovered 90 points from the day's lows, and the Bank Nifty, it's really a tale of two cities there. On one hand, you have the private banks that continue to hit new highs, and on the other hand, you have the PSU banks like Bank of Baroda that were the big losers. But all in all, the cash market volumes were quite high today as well. So perhaps you would get to see more buying coming in from domestic institutions. Remember, there's been a big buy figure of almost 5,000 crores that we've seen in the month of May from the domestic institutional investors. Now, private sector banks have been leading the way, so those were the key gainers today. If you look at the gainers plate, you'll notice that Yes Bank, IndusInd Bank, HDFC Bank, many of them sitting at fresh highs today. Apart from that, FMCG and the consumption theme is something that the street has liked. So Asian Paints was at a new high today. ITC and HUL also packed in a good punch. From the auto space, you had Bosch, Maruti and Tata Motors that had gains of anywhere between half to about 3.5%. In fact, Bosch has been one of the biggest gainers this month, gaining almost 10% for the month. Now, on the losing end, PSU banks were the sore spot today. Bank of Baroda on the back of a weak set of numbers. SBI ahead of its numbers on 27th May. There's been quite a bit of trepidation on that stock. So that was down about 4.5%, and ICICI Bank was not too far behind. Capital goods was also under pressure, so BHEL, L&T, power stocks like NTPC were down as well. In the mid-cap space, though, there was plenty of action. Lots of stocks hitting new highs. Equitas, Berger Paints, Bajaj Finance, all at new highs today. And sugar stocks like Balrampur Chini, Oud Sugar, Mavana Sugar, that's really been the space to reckon with over the last fortnight. But all in all, good day of trade for the bulls.
Well,